What's the one word or phrase that'll tell you what you're looking for? What'd you get? What are you looking for? Okay, some people are saying total, some people are saying how many women. Which one is it? Which one is it? What's the consensus? We are looking for, yes, women. Nope, not total. We're looking for women, everybody. Remember, it's always going to follow the phrases, the who, what, when, where, how many, which of the following. In this case, we're saying how many women. Right here. So, before I continue, let's make sure that makes sense. Everybody, are we in agreement that we are asking how many women work at this company? Yeah, so before we get the whole total part involved, let's just start with the basics. What are we looking for? And it says, hey, how many women work at this company? Okay, cool. Beyond that, it's in the same sentence as, if there are 168 employees total. So we're looking for the number of women, and they gave you 168, what? What did they give you? Hit me with it. Right, they give you the total employees. Remember guys, you're only going to get as far as the materials that you use. So if you haven't taken advantage already of our Memorial Day sale, you can get up to $100 off of our plans for a short time only. That way you can raise your score and get the job you want. We make the process as easy as humanly possible because you don't have to guess on what's going to be on the test. All you have to do is once you sign up, all you have to do is sit down and put in effort because everything is lined up for you. So if you're tired of all the guesswork and all the frustration and all the test anxiety, we've got your back. Stop holding yourself back. You know that you need help. Get into it, and let's ace the ASVAB together. I'm Coach Anderson as always. There's my phone number. Check out the details of the program here, and use the code MD23 to get that discount. I'll see you there, my party people. Let's ace the ASVAB. So let's write that down. What we want is there are blank women, and there are 168 total employees. Again, the first thing you want to do is simply ensure that you know what it is you're looking for, everybody. If the first thing that you tried to grip on was total, because I said, hey, total tells you the total question, you're not exactly doing it the right way. That's something we definitely want to nip in the bud right here, because we want to make sure we're doing things the right way. You're assuming too quickly. Let's start off with the question. Question says, looking for the number of women, and they just so happen to tell you how many total people there are. So when we write it down, blank women, you can say W women with 168 total employees. Is that understandable so far? We started off with what we want, and we saw that there was a connected piece of information that just so happened to give us the total. Cool. We don't want to be reactionary, we don't want to be like, oh, the moment I see a word that I think might mean something, no. Start off slow, guys. We got this. Now, step 2. Let's continue collecting information and see if there's any sort of comparison that we can hold on to. So here we go. In blue, it says, hey, the ratio of men to women working for a company is 3-5. Everyone, you may not have seen that written entirely in that way yet today, and I'm more than happy to shed some light on what this means. So right here, let me just make sure I write this. The ratio of men to women, 3-5. Everybody, when it comes to proportions, is it true that the order matters? Is that true? Is it true that the order matters? Here's a hint. Yes. Yes. The order matters, all right? The order absolutely matters. So with that said, here's what we're going to do. If they say, hey, men to women, 3-5, what that means is the 3 represents the first one, men, and the 5 represents the second one, women. Yes or no? Does that make sense? What that means again is that we have 3 men for every 5 women. Okay, that's all the information that they give us. That's all the information they gave us. If you're looking at this and you're aware of the main idea, compare the same things in the same way. How many times are we going to say the same thing, right? Well, here we are. Are we comparing the same things? I see women and women. Yeah, we're comparing the same things, but not entirely, because I also have total and I have men. That should be the little light bulb in your head saying, I got to do a little bit of extra work. First of all, what I noticed was that it's not even in the right order. The 5 for the women, that should be first. And everybody, I actually don't have the total. Can I find the total for the blue? Can I find the total, everybody? Yeah. Yes, yeah, they all mean the same thing. Yes. So, think about it, everybody. If we have 3 men, 5 women, how many total people do we have? 8. And that's how we can find the information we're missing. By understanding that we need total. We don't have total for the blue for that first sentence there, but we can figure it out because they gave us all the parts. Because they gave us all the parts, we can assume that the total is the sum of those parts, adding them together. 3 plus 5 is 8. Boom. 5 women, 8 total employees, or 8 total parts to those employees, and we're good now. Now we can set this up, solve, and have ourselves a good day. W over 168 equals 5 over 8. Does that make sense, my party people? Juan, no, we would not add 8 to 168 because those are 2 separate comparisons. Remember, my math party people, acing the ASVAB is not just about watching me do it. It's better that you practice as well. It's about watching, practicing, and mastering the material. And the best way to do that is to start off with my free practice test because it comes with video solutions so you can try it out yourself, see all the mistakes that you've made, and then keep raising your score with those video solutions, organizing yourself so you can lower that test anxiety and raise your score. No excuses, it's completely free, so go ahead and click the link there or in the description. That way you can get started, raise your score, and do everything you need to do. Let's ace the ASVAB, but let's get back to the problem after you're done signing up. Because the 168 is the actual total number of employees. The 8 total that we got here is 8 parts, because it said 3 parts men to 5 parts women, so that means there's 8 total parts or 8 total groups. And Nayeli, I agree. The hardest part absolutely is making the connections. That's the hardest part. And that's what separates people who fail from people who get the 31. It separates the 31s from the 40s and 50s, separates the 50s from the 90s. It does. Absolutely does. And just remember, everybody, just to make sure that you understand, this is not a binary thing. This is not a you know this or you don't know this. This is a how well do you know this? And it'll show in the score that you get. So let's finish this problem here. We have W over 168 equals 5 over 8. Again, the general way to solve this would be cross multiplying and dividing. You can feel free to do that. If you notice that 168 is 8 times 21, then you can give yourself a much easier time and you can mental math your way to the answer 105. But if you didn't know that, no worries. If you didn't spot that with mental math, what you can do, cross multiply 8W, 168 times 5. What would that end up being when you multiply by 5? That's the same thing as multiplying by 10, dividing by 2. So that would be 840. And then from there, you would divide both sides by 8. And that would end up being 840 divided by 8. 800 divided by 8 is 100. 40 divided by 8 is 5. 105. And there you have it. 105 women at this workplace. And so we both know this video just helped you with your test anxiety by just a little bit. And to keep lowering your test anxiety and keep raising your confidence, that's what my ASVAB All-Access program is for. The link's right up here. Click it, watch the video on how it works, and you'll see exactly why thousands of my students have raised their scores and gotten the jobs they want. So click there, watch the video, and sign up to raise your score. I'll see you soon.